Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those that are new, welcome. On this channel, I like to walk you through a day in my life as a tech founder here in Seattle. So, the agenda for today: go to the gym, which is already done, complete MassChallenge application reviews, which I'll tell you a little bit more about, do some customer discovery, ship some documents, and move or migrate data from Notion to ClickUp because I prefer ClickUp and that's what I use. And I don't want to lose the data on Notion when I cancel that subscription. And for the challenge of the week, I didn't have much challenges for this week, but I will tell you maybe one or two that I think of at the end of the day that I think will be helpful for you guys. So if you're interested in learning more, stick around. Let's get started. So I wanted to take this brief moment to explain to you what I'm doing right now. So I am reviewing applications to the US MassChallenge Early Stage Accelerator. I've been a MassChallenge expert judge since 2022 during my time at Amazon, and I continue to do that even now. I see it as a way to give back and contribute to the startup community. For those of you who are not familiar with what MassChallenge is one of the top global accelerators in the world. It usually ranks in the top 5 or the top 3, and in the US it ranks usually in the top 5, for depending on the rankings you're looking at, it's within the top 10 accelerators in the country. For example, Forbes names the 10 startup accelerators based on successful exits, and it ranks MassChallenge as 5th. It takes time to review these applications. Like, some people write essays. Just tip, if you're applying to an accelerator, please keep the description of what you're doing very short and get to the point and be concise, because somebody has to read it and they have to go through multiple applications. Okay guys, so I wanted to share a little bit of good news because I believe you should celebrate the small wins. So I wanted to announce that I have accepted an invitation to speak at Women Who Code Connect conference that is coming up in May. So for those of you who don't know, Women Who Code is the world's largest community of women technologists. Now, of course, I may not be a coder, but I still work within in the technology industry. It has over 160 members in 147 countries, and so far they have organized over 17,000 events globally, free to women in technology, to help uplift women in technology. So I'm very excited and honored to be invited to speak at this event, and I will be talking on what my experience has been like building a company, a tech company from scratch, without being a coder myself, like without being the one to code out the software. So the event itself is going to be online, and I'm going to put a link in the description in case you're interested, not sponsored or anything like that, but if you're interested in coming out and listening to that conference, check it out. Okay, so for those that are curious what I'm doing, I am basically trying to connect this label printer, this Dymo label printer, so that I can print a label to return this hard drive that I bought from Apple, but it is not working. It's not connecting to my laptop, so I need to send it in so that they could figure out what's wrong, take out the data that's on here, and send me a new one. So yeah, I'm so happy I have this little thing, because then I don't have to go find some other places to print. I can just print my label out through here. Okay guys, so I'm covering the laptop. All right, so just adjusting this for privacy. About to print this, selecting the right size to make sure. 4x6. All right, adjust that. All right, we're ready to print. Now I'm just protecting the label here for privacy purposes. Okay, take that right there, and we are good. Let me cover it up here to show you it's been printed, so we're ready to go. Okay, so we're done, and I will go drop this off at the end of the day. It is raining and gray outside. Actually, it looks not as gray on camera, but in person it's a lot more gray. But I actually don't mind. It looks beautiful outside in my opinion. Okay guys, so I just finished granting access to AWS console for the developers and responding to a couple of emails, and now I'm about to actually head out and meet my friend who's visiting from San Francisco. I didn't actually announce this at the beginning of the video, but yes, we had planned to meet today, and at the same time there's also a Founders Live event that's happening today that I didn't mention. So yeah, we're about to go do that, so let's go. Running late. Oh, it's windy. Oh my gosh. No, I got Airbnb. I got it. Okay guys, so I just came down from upstairs where I was hanging out with my friend, where we just had our boba, because the boba place does not have a sitting area. And now I'm about to actually quickly run out to get transport to go to University District, which is where the Founders Live event is happening. So I likely won't stay at that event as long as I did in the previous one where I actually pitched, but I'm very curious to see all the startups that are presenting today, and then also just have an opportunity to connect with other people and network. So yeah, let's get going. So this is the University of Washington campus. If you guys remember from my previous vlog, it's pretty much the same station I came out of, but just this time I'm going a different direction. Even the location this event is happening is actually owned by the university, so it's one of their, I think they call it Startup Hall. That's also where Techstars Seattle's offices are based, or were based, because they're apparently no longer going to be in operations. Scary as this. Anyway, let's go. Hey, this is the venue. Okay, second floor.
Founders Live is an incredible community. I am so grateful to be part of it.
I'm the founder and general partner of Pack Ventures. I've had to pitch probably 1,500 times, so I understand what you all are going through, and I'll pitch another 1,000 times this year. So Pack Ventures is a pre-seed and seed venture fund. We're located here on UW's campus. My office is actually in the business school, and we only invest in companies that have some connection to UW. And we invest across software, life sciences, and also deep tech.
The fact of the matter is that maps are designed to show distance, but people think about travel in terms of time. Traffigram transforms a map to show minutes instead of miles. This lets you instantly see the travel time to all of these potential options at once and pick the one that I can get to the fastest.
And that's why we created LaMo. We provide bite-sized lessons, interactive quizzes, a massive prompt library, gamification, community, certification, and a job portal where people can find these AI jobs.
Enter POV, modern functional workwear. We deliver on 3 promises. First, functionality. 2, versatility. And 3, identity.
Our mission is to become the modern Indian snack brand. I'm co-founder Stan Shabanov alongside CEO Shivani. We're asking for an investment as well as advisors in the food-related industry.
So Babelon is an AI trip planner helping you plan your perfect trip in 60 seconds.
Revisit in a year or two.
We're going to announce our winner in just a second. Hey!
Alright guys, so we have made it to that part of the day challenge of the week. So for this week's challenge of the week, there hasn't really been major challenges, and I'm really grateful for that. I would say my biggest challenge, which isn't really a challenge really, is figuring out what is the best, efficient, and most cost-effective way for me to file my corporate income tax returns. And I already know companies that provide, this service, and the deadline is not until April 15th, so I have time. But finding an affordable solution hasn't been great. I know worst case scenario, I could go to like a CPA or all these other companies that are around Seattle, but I'm still looking for the best deal, as a startup. As a startup, you really want to be economical about the decisions that you make. Just because you have access to funding or something like that doesn't mean you need to spend it, right? So you really want to create a habit of being frugal. Now I'm gonna sound very Amazonian, like that's literally one of the Amazon principles, leadership principles. And irrespective, I still think it's very important to be frugal, especially in the early stages, because if you build that foundation of frugality, that foundation of being able to stretch a dollar, when you do get access to a lot of funding, you can stretch that money a lot further than other people. This discipline has been very helpful for me, because when I think about what I've been able to do with little to nothing, I am like very impressed with myself, and I'm in awe of myself, really. Like I have to pat myself kind of on the back, because I talk to other people who have access to like $100,000, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't have enough to like do what you did. And I tell them, well, it only cost me a few $1,000s, like less than 10,000, and you with over $100,000 cannot even do, let's say, a tenth of what I've done. And that has to do with mindset and just how we have accustomed ourselves to thinking that, hey, we can't get things done if we don't have access to this much, or if we accustom ourselves to, once we have funding, we spend it willy-nilly, buy the most expensive service or buy the most expensive product without thinking about, hey, can I sustain that spending? And what happens when I don't have access to that funding? That is basically all to say that I'm very grateful that this week hasn't been as challenging as the past weeks. I have been able to make a significant progress both with my partners, as well as just trying to reach out to potential users, potential customers, doing a lot of customer discoveries, and working on my partnerships and making connections, which is also another thing I'm gonna do at the Founders Live today. Now, I don't go to all the networking events because I just don't have that kind of time, but when I do find time, I do make time to connect with other people in the ecosystem. So yeah, I hope that this video has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching and stopping by and supporting me and showing me some love. I really appreciate it. If you haven't joined my waitlist, on the link in the description below, I would also leave a link to make a pre-order of my software if you're interested. But other than that, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!